Arc Raiders just dropped the Flashpoint update, and after playing it for a few days, I honestly think this could either save the game or slowly ruin it. Let me explain. Before we get into it, I have to give a shout out to Jeff Master. He helped me secure the Survivor Augment after a rough Blue Gate raid. You're a real one for that, and I appreciate you. So the Flashpoint update introduces a new map condition called Closed Scrutiny. It can happen on almost any part of the map except for Stella Montes, and it lasts about 40 minutes. During the event, there are stipulations. As far as locked doors, they're gone. Regular goop is drastically reduced. Arc activity and increase in arc goop is way higher, and that's where things get very interesting. When you load in topside into the map, you'll see look for two massive red beams in the sky. That is the new arc called the Assessor. And there is what the objective is. You're trying to go there to try to breach it and get all the goodies or the goop. What goop are you looking for? Well, mainly there's two new weapon blueprints that is in that Assessor, and they are the Canto SMG, which is a medium ammo using SMG, or the Dolabra, which is an energy shotgun. Side note here, there's also a new trap weapon called the Surge Coil. And basically it's an electric mine that zaps anything that gets too close. You can find that anywhere outside of the Assessor. Actually, in my first run, I found it in the Pattern Apartments on down battlegrounds in a trash can. So look out for that too as well. So the primary goal is to go attack or breach the Assessor, right? Sounds easy, right? Well, that's where it gets difficult, and that's the problem. The Assessor, even though it doesn't attack you any shape or form, it is guarded, and it is guarded by everything. I'm talking wasps, I'm talking hornets, fireflies, even rocketeers. And then also there's the new arc that's guarding it, and it's called the Vaporizer. If you're familiar with the Arc Courier, it looks like that, but it has an energy weapon. This thing is basically a flying tank. It has shields that ignore Wolfgang grenades and a beam that will straight up delete you, or in this case, vaporize you, if you're not too careful. Fighting one of them is kind of tough. Fighting 3 or 4 plus rocketeers, nah man, that's a pain. And as far as doing the event, what I've learned, I've done it only 5 times, and all on the first day. The very first attempt, I went in solo dolo, not knowing what to expect, and I got destroyed. My second attempt though, oh my god. The whole lobby pretty much showed up and showed out. I'm not even exaggerating here. It looked like the opening of the movie Terminator 2 Judgment Day. It was absolute chaos. It was human versus machine, raiders versus arcs. It was a sight of beauty to behold, and it was just so much fun. However, in my 3rd and 4th run, this is when I started formulating a strategy. I kind of switched it up a little bit. In my 3rd run, I brought a photoelectric cloak and some smoke grenades and a zip line. I was like, maybe this will help. And it actually started working. As you can see here, I was able to approach the Assessor with very little difficulty. And even though I didn't get a blueprint, I was able to snag some of the Assessor legendary or elite items, or goop if you will, and I was able to get out with no problems, no issues. And I was like, okay, this strategy works, so let me share it with the rest of the community. At this time, I went and created a short and sent it out on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. And then I noticed that a lot of other people was doing the same thing. So as a community as a whole, we were formulating strategies on how to best the Assessor and the Vaporizer and the Rocketeer at that point. And honestly, the very first day of this event was very fun. It was fun. It was very enjoyable. And I liked it, enjoyed it. I was like looking forward to it. I thought it was going to be cool. But unfortunately, that didn't last long. That was just day 1. In day 1, people were working together. Some players were literally lining up like it was a cow line just to wait to their turn to hit the Assessor breach contents. By day 3, that was all gone. It was turning to straight pure chaos. Now, mind you, I've been looking online from day one to all the way to today of people, PvPers doing complaining. Now, don't get me wrong, or don't get it twisted. There were some PvEers complaining too, saying it was too difficult or too much, and I'm not wasting all my gear to try this event. But for the most part, it was more PvPers that was having an issue with this event. But like how the PvEers was adapting, the PvPers was adapting. It's turned into straight chaos now. You have PvPers throwing lure grenades or trigger grenades into the smoke to get unsuspecting raiders, destroyed so then they can get to their goop. I mean, you have rats camping extraction sites like customers waiting on Uber Eats. I mean, and then you even have PvEers. They're not PvPing or ratting per se, but they are setting up other players to get destroyed so then they can access them too. They're not really ratting or PvPing, but they're tactically setting up people so they can get to their goop. I mean, it's just, at this point, it's every man for themselves and everybody's trying to get to the Assessor and get these blueprints. And honestly, even though it's getting bad out there, it's still part of the game, and I wouldn't change it for the world. This is a post-apocalyptic environment or universe, so you have to adapt with the times. And with that being said, I wouldn't change it for anything. Overall, I like this update. I really like Arc Raiders, and I respect what Embark is trying to do here, but this is one of the updates that's going to either divide the community or bring the community together as one. If you enjoy the chaos, the risk, and the high stakes gameplay, this is a huge win with this update. But if not, this might push you away. Either way, with a brand new map coming soon and even a bigger arc on the way, the future Arc Raiders is looking very interesting. But I want to know, have you played the Flashpoint update yet? Is this a win in your book or a total loss? Let me know.
Hey, what's up, man?
See y'all topside.
Right over here. I don't have one, but you got a survivor thing? Augment?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, let's go to the Western Main.
Let's head home at the Baron's Hatch.
We can go to the Baron's Hatch.
Thank you, good sir. Good Lord.
You're welcome.